there was, when I would clean his car and stuff, I would find a gun in the car, I'd find disguises in there, and it really kind of conflicted me. It made me more question it more. So one day I had a fight with a kid in school, and I got suspended, so my father had to pick me up, and he said, "What happened? Why'd you get suspended from school?" And I said, "Well, I had a fight, and he said, "Well, all right, you did the right thing, you defended yourself, just, try not to get in trouble in school." And I turned to my father and I said, "Well, what's the worst thing that you ever did to somebody?" And my father he looked at me, and then he looked down, and he said, "Someday you'll know. Someday you'll know." And I basically kind of got like a knot in my stomach, because while it opened my eyes a little bit, because I could speculate on what he meant by that, it just filled me with a lot more of questions. My father had a stolen car operation, and he was very meticulous about how he wanted things done, and people had to wear gloves not to get fingerprints on things, and as time went on and it got more successful, people got sloppy and they didn't listen to him, and eventually people got arrested, and it brought heat down on the entire family. So my father, being the boss of that operation, had to be responsible for that. So he had to take the blame for what happened and the convictions, because it was bringing heat. It's always your best friends that kill you in that line of work. So they'll probably invite you to dinner, you'll sit down, you might even eat your dinner, and then they'll shoot you in the head. I was having birthday cake with my sister. We waited. We didn't have the cake. We waited for my father to come home. It was her birthday. And all of a sudden the doorbell rang. I walked to the door, and there was just probably 30 or 40 police officers, guys in suits, just all kinds of law enforcement at the door. And I answered the door, and they basically said, "Howard DeMeo?" I said, "Yes." And they said, "Your father's been killed." And basically that was it. Your father's was found in the trunk of his car. That was it. That's the way they told me. But as far as myself, I was prepared for it. They were devastated. Everybody was crushed. My sisters, my mother. I knew it was coming. He told me the night before that he was going to be killed the next day. The way he looked at it, he built. We had a nice life. We were all college bound. We all had done well in school, and that's what he wanted for his family. He didn't want the kind of life that he led. So basically, he saw it as if he ran, we would have took the heat. We would have been destroyed. So he opted to go and be destroyed himself, so we could live on. And that is why he did it. He had an office in the house, and I would sit down and we'd talk about various things. And this one night I went in, I sat down, and he just threw the question out at me. He says, "What are you going to do if I'm dead?" I said, "What am I going to do?" I said, "I'm going to find the guys that did it to you, and I'm going to go kill them." And he said, and my father never yelled at me, and he never hit me in my life. And he got up, he walked around his desk, and he grabbed me, and he basically yelled at me. He goes, "No, you won't." He goes, "You'll forget me, you'll bury me, and that'll be the end of it." And that was it. He said, tomorrow I'm not coming home, basically. So, yeah. I thought, because we had planned an escape route for him if the heat came down, if the law enforcement got close to him. We had plenty of escape routes, safe houses set up, places where he could go. So I kind of deep down I felt, okay, he wants me to be believable when they question me if he's really gone. So he's telling me that he's going to be dead tomorrow. So I kind of tricked myself into not believing what he was saying to me. Because I knew that we had all these other plans. And the next morning, I kissed him goodbye before I left for school, and as I did all the time, because deep in the back of my mind I always felt that I would never see him again. That's why I always did that. And that was it. I never saw him again.